Pen Made Mightier without roids.
Welcome back, everybody. Last time we talked about Travis' touchdown as he went through his first 6 assassins, and what that did to shape his character. We started with Helter Skelter, and how that Beatles-inspired, white-haired Dante clone set the tone for the game. We moved on to Death Metal, where we learned that Travis pretends to be vapid and secretly seeks escape. From there, we headed on to Dr. Peace, where we learned that Travis has a soft spot for families. Then we went to Shinobu, where Travis refused to kill a kid, and disguised it under the illusion of letting her live to be strong enough to challenge him someday. After that, we hit up Destroy Man, superhero with special effects to spare. And then we ended with Holly Summers, where Travis finally had to confront the fact that sometimes you kill people that you like, and you can't look down on anybody because of their appearance. After that, Travis changes a bit, and we're going to talk about how that change affects him for the rest of No More Heroes. The next fight is not a simple one. Let's Shake is a giant brain inside of a weird robot body, and when Travis sets up this fight, he drives out into the middle of the desert, starts wandering down a ridiculously long path, and keeps encountering a gray trench-coated man who runs far faster than Travis can possibly hope to catch up to. It's just an empty hallway, with the exception of a couple collectibles you pick up, and at the very end, you encounter Let's Shake out in the middle of nowhere. There's not even a door that we see Travis really emerge from. And while this person charges up their abilities and gets ready to rock out and destroy Travis, a man drops from the sky. A man with a beam katana. He drops and he cleaves Let's Shake in half, kills stealing, and spoiling Travis's fun. Travis, notably pissed, decides that he's going to take out his aggression on this dude, really tear into him, and you're gearing up for a fight when suddenly Sylvia Crystal appears and declares that Travis has moved up in rank. And she doesn't even acknowledge that Henry, this other character, even exists. She doesn't look at him, she doesn't acknowledge him, and then he's just gone. And you could say that the dude dropped in from the sky and probably just run away pretty fast. But I don't think that's the case. Next is Harvey Harvey Moiselevich Volodarsky.
What?
Yeah. He's a magician with a ridiculously long and complicated name. And at first, this fight looks boring. Mundane, even. Except that this fight is set particularly during a date. Travis and Sylvia go on a date together, and they seem to be having a good time. And this is one of the few parts in the game where I can say they hid something I think people might have missed. If you manage to die at Harvey's hands, something new happens. Sylvia cries out for Travis. And it's not just the normal cry of someone who's losing money or is as detached as she normally pretends to be, but it's someone who's genuinely concerned. When Travis manages to beat Harvey, she kisses him on stage, showing that despite the fact that Travis pretends that this relationship is all about the physical and not about anything else, it's not what he wants, and that Sylvia's growing on him over time. Maybe he's growing on her too. The third ranked assassin is known as Speedbuster, and it exists in a city just outside of Travis's hometown. The only problem is, she's an old lady with a super-powered shopping cart that turns into a giant laser cannon that can destroy everything for miles. And the one thing Travis loves, his cat, Jean, has gotten onto the bus with him and wandered to this town. Travis will do anything to protect this cat, because he's not nearly as simple as he lets on. He does love things, and this cat means everything to him. This fight also shows something very important when his master, Thunder Ryu, jumps in to save him, because even this old man knows that Travis isn't just some punk with an eBay saber. He knows he's important, and he cares about him. Travis, the man with no friends, has allies jumping to help him whenever he needs them most. You can't say that's as simple as a dude who lives in a motel, watches anime, and says everything is moe. Second ranked assassin, we're back to the baseball diamond, but this time it's underneath. I think that this is also a metaphor for showing you that while it's treated as a sport, there's much underneath that's unseen. It's a blonde girl with a baseball bat who wants to chug beer, cuss, and knock out people in gimp costumes. Just like a Tarantino movie. I said I'm not gonna quit. Can't stop, won't stop. Moving on. In this fight, Travis expresses that assassins are more than just killers who beat up the weak. He shows disgust at this girl for doing that and showing that not just any pretty blonde will do. Travis connects with people more than he likes to let on, and it's not just bloodlust that he's attracted to. And even still, he still has trouble killing women. Bad Girl has one attack that no other person in the game has, and I've died to it more than I would care to admit. Because when she gets low in health, she drops down and pretends to faint, and if you happen to be close at all, even if you are on the attack when she does it, she will instantly hop up, smack you in the head with a bat, and beat you to death and kill you. It's a one-hit KO. It's easily the worst game design decision in the entire game, but it shows that Travis, even after everything he's been through, still has trouble killing women at bench. The number one ranked assassin, Dark Star, is absolutely themed after Darth Vader, a classical black masked figure with a giant destructive dragon-shaped beam whip who lives out in the haunted woods at the edge of the city. Before this fight, it's revealed that the UAA, the United Assassins Association, is fake, made up by Sylvia Crystal to extort Travis out of money so that she can continue her lavish lifestyle. It's said that he has been manipulated by her, but many heartfelt messages from Sylvia reveal that this may or may not be the case. Whatever the case, Travis doesn't want to let his job go unfinished, and so he goes to fight Dark Star out of a sense of obligation, or maybe just to make sure he got his money's worth. When he gets out there, Dark Star says that he is Travis's father. Despite the fact that Travis's father was murdered by someone, and he knows this and remembers it clearly from when he was a child, he is swayed, and he is pulled into this instant family. It shows that Travis has a troubled mind, that something up here isn't working right, that he's got trauma. He's easily manipulated, just like he was with Sylvia into doing her dirty work here, just like he is by Bad Girl when she beats him to death, just like he is by several of his enemies. Destroy Man makes him turn around and nearly murders him just because he's naive enough to listen to him. Travis is naive. He wants to trust people. He wants friends. He wants to believe in people. But he has to keep up this tough exterior like a wounded tiger. He even wants a family. And he'll believe a Spanish outfit wearing, gold claw having, laser dragon swinging dude out in the middle of the woods when he says, "I am your father." Because Travis is naive and broken. If the UAA really is fake, it also means that Sylvia has a vendetta against certain killers and sets them up to be killed by Travis, which is unique, interesting. It makes you wonder what her true goals actually were. However, the fight with Dark Star is cut really short, as in it's never allowed to begin, as tropes are subverted and a girl punches through the chest of Dark Star and instantly murders him. A girl in a wrestling outfit named Jean. I haven't touched on it too much, but Travis's main hobbies included anime, giant mecha, playing with his cat, and wrestling. As I said earlier, remember Shinobu? Yeah, her father was the man who made a bunch of wrestling tapes that Travis can collect and watch to gain a bunch of new wrestling moves, because some part of him really loves it from his past. He loves wrestling. Part of that is because of Jean. And Jean is his half-sister, and she loves to fight wrestling style. And because when they were not yet siblings, he had a thing for her, which I'm sure messed him up all kinds of ways psychologically. One thing leads to another. Eventually, it is revealed that, at least through Jean's story of things, she is the person who killed Travis's family. Again, Travis is easy to manipulate, but he's got this image pretty clear in his head, which means she may actually be the cause of his problems. May also be the reason why he can't stand a pretty face. why blondes manipulate him so easily, because his heart and his trauma are so built upon by Jean. His murdered family is why he feels such disgrace at Dr. Peace dying, or why he lets Shinobu live because she's an orphan. Travis knows what it's like to be an orphan. He knows what it's like to lose a father, and it doesn't sit well with him. As a funny side note, Jean also has a purposefully melodramatic backstory, the kind you would read in your world's worst fan fiction, or maybe in a Tarantino movie, but it's skipped. It's fast-forwarded through for the purposes of not bumping up the age rating of the game. It doesn't really add anything to the story, and you can pretty much get the reaction you're supposed to have through Travis's over-the-top Muppets-esque reactions anyway. So, yeah, that was a good decision. Eventually, Travis is almost bested by Jean, but at the last minute, Shinobu swoops in, repaying her debt to Travis and basically lending herself to him as pupil. The two of them together dispatch Jean, and the day is saved. But Travis, now as the UAA, quote, top-ranked assassin, heads back to his motel to live alone, only to be challenged, possibly, by Sylvia Crystal's next victim, who has sent someone to claim the #1 spot of the fake UAA. This man, despite the fact that he looks like he came from Killer 7, which was another Suda51 game, is cut down in Travis's bathroom as he tries to take a poop. I don't know if I've mentioned this. That's your save point in this game. You sit on a toilet and toilet paper covers up the junk. And that's the save, because No More Heroes is classy. So classy. So, this man is cut down by the beam katana wielding man from earlier, Henry, the guy in the gray coat, who announces that he is Travis's half-brother and Sylvia Crystal's husband. And the two of them start a fight, equally matched in every regard. His brother was raised over in Ireland or America, and the two of them clash swords against each other in a fight that took me way too long to finish the first time. The game ends with the two of them rushing down the street, mocking the old trope of the two swordsmen locked in combat, with Henry saying that it's Travis's job as the protagonist to wrap up all the loose ends and finish the story. When they can't, they simply dive at each other, cross swords, and the credits roll. These two characters, I believe, were not originally meant to just be handsome foils of each other, actual half-brothers. The entire game is about family and how easy Travis is to manipulate and how unstable he is. In fact, all of Travis's ultra moves involve him physically changing, either into a dark avatar that can instantly murder everything he touches, or into a Super Saiyan lightsaber wielder who can throw Kamehameha waves around that tear through people and destroy them, or perhaps even to a hyper-fast version of himself that just strikes at random. It's all slot machine, luck of the draw. So then, when this character shows up out of nowhere at opportune points, it makes me wonder if perhaps this is just another one of Travis's forms. As I said before, when he shows up in Let's Shape, nobody acknowledges him. No one even notices that he's there. And here, he shows up when Travis is taking a crap, about to be murdered, and just happens to be in Travis's apartment with a lightsaber, ready to cut down his assassin. And now they're fighting. Evenly matched. Same age, in love with the same woman. What does it all mean? I think it means that Travis might have multiple personality disorder. I think it might mean that he's aggressive and violent and traumatized, and that Sylvia is trying to help him work through it in the only way that she knows how. If you want a little bit more evidence of this, the characters look like two characters from another very famous film, Fight Club. Travis looks almost identical to Tyler Durden, and Henry looks more like the main character, whose name I can't really remember right now. The point is, if Travis is just an alternate personality, or maybe Henry's the alternate personality, it would explain a lot why these two lightsaber wielders can inhabit one body, but at the same time exemplify different pieces of Travis's personality. I actually think it would have made for a far more compelling game if Travis had just turned into Henry Cooldown in the sequel. You know, like an alternate form, or, a super move. But they didn't go with that. And they got a lot of things wrong. Next time, we'll talk about why No More Heroes 2 was not the sequel that No More Heroes deserved, and how the fights in No More Heroes 2 were pretty meaningless. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pen Made Mightier, and I hope you see why No More Heroes is such a good game. Go check it out. It's on everything now, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and the Wii. And while the first two versions may look prettier, the motion controls on the Wii are pretty sweet. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pen Made Mightier. Share it around, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.
Pen made mightier without roids.